Thank you very much for joining us today in this special event called Frankly Speaking. So with Gaura Purnima very nearby, we had a lot of questions around who is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what are his activities, and because we follow his parampara, I thought you would help us in answering some of the questions that we have. So thank you very much, Prabhu, for joining us today. So we all know who is Mahavishnu Prabhu, but there might be some new folks here who might not know exactly. So I'll give a very brief introduction of His Grace Mahavishnu Prabhu. So Prabhu completed his engineering in the year 2000 from Andhra University. He worked in an MNC for 2 years, and then inspired by the teachings of Srila Prabhupada, he joined ISKCON, and he has been serving the movement for 19 years so far. And thank you. So Prabhu is the Vice President of HKM, and he is also the President of Hare Krishna Temple Tirupati. Prabhu is also heading several departments like fundraising, construction, Goshala, etc. So let us welcome Mahavishnu Prabhu with a big Hari Bol! Great, thank you everyone. Many of us here in Telangana and Andhra Pradesh, we are not really much aware of who is Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, can you please give us a brief introduction of who is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Namavam Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Nitanamane Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharane Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshitarane Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Before coming in touch with ISKCON, even I am not aware who is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because not much people are conversant with his philosophy and his activities, because most of the times he exhibited himself like a devotee rather than the Supreme Lord. His mood and understanding is how to make people come closer to Krishna. That was his whole and soul intention. How it is described, when Krishna had appeared 5000 years ago, his whole intention was to make people surrender to him. And in Bhagavad Gita explicitly he said, Sarvadharman Parityatya, surrender unto me. So when it is surrender unto me only, many people got offended. So say, why only you? Why not somebody else? And it is like demanding more than, it's more commanding and demanding rather than a request. So when we are requested only, we don't do. When somebody is commanding us, why we will do? So over a period of time, the number of people who understood actually the intention of Bhagavad Gita was very minimum. And in the name of Bhagavad Gita, everybody started giving their own interpretation. Like in Bhagavad Gita itself, Krishna says to Arjuna, why he is reiterating Bhagavad Gita again? He spoke thousands of years back this knowledge to Vivashwan. Imam Vivashvate Yogam Proktavan Hamavyayam. I spoke this knowledge to Sun God. Over a period of time, that knowledge appears Sakalane Hamata Yogo Nasta Parantam. It appears to be lost right now. So, as Kali Yuga, we have many good qualities. We are lazy, we are short-lived, our intelligence doesn't work. We have so many good qualities like that for Kali Yuga. We are short memory, we become angry very easily, we become disturbed very easily, we create disturbance to others very nicely. So like this, with all these good qualities, people were not encouraged or interested in any philosophy or Bhagavad Gita and all. So at that time, all the other acharyas who were there, like Advaita Acharya, other great devotees, Srivas Pandit, they all, when they were trying to teach Bhagavad Gita, people were very much inclined for sense gratification. They want to enjoy themselves. Behind the cars they write, no, live, something and all. Live long and enjoy, something like that. Eat, live longer, eat, be merry. Something like all these slogans, people were all following from long back. So they were all very much carried away by the intention. So when Advaita Acharya was preaching, not many people were favorable for Krishna consciousness or bhakti. So he was thinking, it is very difficult for us to preach this culture unless and until Lord himself comes and preaches these glories. People are not ready to accept. So seeing the situation, he had repeatedly prayed to the Lord. To actually Shaligrama he was praying on the river Ganges by offering it Tulsi and Ganga water. And by his repeated cries he had invited the Lord to come to this material world. So Lord had come to preach the principles of Bhagavad Gita by practicing himself.
Okay, that's amazing, Prabhu. So we are saying Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is none other than Krishna.
Yes.
So, but Prabhu, nowadays if we see, there's so many people, in the market who claim themselves to be God or the incarnations of God. And then we also see within no time they, face severe fall down. So in this regard, it's slightly difficult for us to understand that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is none other than Krishna. So can you please give us some proofs, or how can we understand this?
The same concept was asked by Sanatana Goswami. Kiyame kimone jare tapatray. Like, who am I? Who is God? And why all these problems are coming on to me? How to understand God? What are his specifications? In Chaitanya Charitamrita, when Lord was meeting Sanatana Goswami in Kashi, he had almost discussion for 2 months. So there he was preaching to Sanatana. There are, I think, if you open Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela, there are about 3 chapters on preaching to Sanatana Goswami, explaining about position of Krishna, Krishna's incarnations. There are 6 categories of incarnations. How many of you know this incarnation? 6 varieties of incarnations. Manvantara avatar, Shakti Avesh avatar. One more. How many gunas are there? Guna avatar. So 6 categories of avatars. And he explained each avatara, what are the significance. And Sanatana said, how do I identify? So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, all these incarnations are predicted in Vedic literatures. And great references were given by sages. How to identify who is an incarnation? Like if it is said, first canto, 3rd chapter of Bhagavatam, 2nd canto, 7th chapter of Bhagavatam, clearly explains who is an incarnation. What are his pastimes? Which place he will come? Who will be his father and mother? What and all pastimes he will be performing? An entire information, what is required, is absolutely delivered in the Vedas. So if you want to know who is an incarnation, it should be certified by Acharyas. It should be found in Vedic literatures. So then he is recognized as an incarnation. Like many people, somebody is claiming that I am Kalki. But Bhagavatam clearly says Kalki will come only at the end of Kali Yuga. And Kali Yuga is 4,32,000 years. Only 5,000 years has been passed. So Kalki will come at the time of 4,27,000 plus years. And when he comes, who will be his wife? What and all pastimes he will perform? Who will be his father? Which place he will come from? Like Buddha. Buddha is predicted because Vedas were written 5,000 years before into writing. What I mean to say is, Vedas were put into writing at the end of Dwapara Yuga. So Buddha has not yet appeared by that time. So appearance of Buddha is already predicted. So like that, any Acharya, any personality who is recognized by the Lord, who is recognized by the system, are all supported by Vedic references.
That's amazing, Prabhu. That's very interesting to know that, the name, the place of incarnation of Kalki Avatar, which is yet to come, is also there in the Puranas. Amazing, Prabhu. Thank you for that. Speaking of incarnations, Prabhu, if we see the Rama Avatar or Krishna Avatar, we see the Lord killing various demons, right? Whether it be Hiranyakashipu, Ravana. But then, I didn't hear of such pastimes of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu killing demons, right? So I think there's a slight variation in the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his other incarnations. So can you please explain on this, Prabhu?
See, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is considered as the most merciful incarnation. Namo Mahavadanyaya. Mahavadanyaya. He is the most munificent. Krishna Prema Pradayate. He has come to deliver everyone with Krishna Prema. Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya namne Gaurat Vishaya Namaha. Unto that Krishna who is non different, unto that Krishna Chaitanya who is non different from Krishna, to him I offer my obeisances. This is what Rupa Goswami had glorified about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu this time, see actually people in other yugas, they were all so qualified. They are very expert and they are very qualified persons. Even a demon, if you take Ravana, all of you know he was a Brahmana. Ravana Brahma he is called. He is very expert in chanting mantras. If demigods want to conduct any sacrifice, Ravana was taken as a mantra chanter for them. So by his capacity, by his qualifications, he proved he is a great personality. So in other yugas, because it is more favorable for spiritual life, and these demoniac tendencies are very few people who used to exhibit. So if you do, what happens if in a field there are 100 plants, there is only 1 or 2 spoiling plants, you don't remove that 100 plants, you just remove that 1 or 2 spoiling plants. But in Kali Yuga, what happened? In 100, 1 or 2 are good people, 100 are bad people. If you have to kill, everybody you have to kill, because everybody is demon here. And Shastras have easily protected, because people in other yugas, it is very difficult to exhibit their demoniac tendencies. They are all given good opportunity to take in Kali Yuga and exhibit whatever they want. The craziness to the fullest extent, they are being given opportunity. So in that way, if Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had taken weapon, so for that purpose actually Kalki is there to kill all these demoniac people. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is merciful, that's why he had taken a commitment. I will not kill people, I will kill their demoniac tendencies only.
Vivo.
So that is the specialty of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Actually one incident came, Jagai Madai, all of us know. I think in your quiz it has been done, that Jagai Madai pastime. So Jagai Madai were actually the troublemakers. They used to drink wine, they had all wonderful qualities of Kali Yuga, blessed personalities. So every day they used to drink and they used to disturb all the people around. Commotion. So one day Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas Thakura was given a task. Every day they have to go house to house and preach people to accept Krishna consciousness. And at the evening they have to come back and report to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu about the daily activity. How many people they have met, whom they have preached, what is the feedback or anything like that. So one day when Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas Thakura was on the road, they saw there was a commotion in one small area. So when they asked people nearby, they said there are 2 brothers, Jagai and Madai, who were all born in a Brahmana family, but because of bad association, they had picked up all negative qualities and they everyday drink and they create commotion here. So Haridas Thakur said, let us go away from here, they are all disturbing people. Nityananda Prabhu said, if you convert common people, what is there? You have to convert these 2 people and show to the world the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. He can even convert the demoniac people into very saintly devotees. So Nityananda Prabhu went forward and he wanted to preach to them, and he started speaking to them and asking them to forget all these activities and chant the holy name. So one of them, he becomes angry and he picks up a mud pot and throws on Nityananda Prabhu. So Nityananda Prabhu gets hurt and blood starts coming out. This message was immediately communicated to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu immediately appeared there and he invoked his Sudarshan Chakra to wipe out these 2 brothers. But Nityananda Prabhu falls at the feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and he says, this incarnation you have promised that you will not accept weapon. So please be merciful upon them. Please don't kill them, but please reform them. Seeing the sincerity of Nityananda Prabhu and begging on behalf of them, their hearts melted and they came and fell down at Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's lotus feet and they said, please forgive us. We will not commit these mistakes. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu promised them, I will transform you on one condition, that you will not do the sinful activities in future, then I am ready to forgive you. And you have to take forgiveness from the person whom you have offended. So in that principle, that is exhibited there.
Amazing. Great to know, Prabhu. So Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is here to kill our demoniac tendencies. That was really nice to know. So following up with my next question, Prabhu, if we see our past, we have got great acharyas, stalwart acharyas like Sri Ramanujacharya, Sri Varshankaracharya. So they have a lot of popularity and they did a lot of good for the society. So do we see or do we consider Lord Chaitanya's movement to be different from their movement and their teachings. How can we reconcile Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's movement and his teachings with their Sampradayas, Prabhu? Could you please throw some light on that?
See, first we have to understand how the systematic way all the acharyas had come. In the Padma Purana, Lord explains his details. As end of Kali Yuga, at the end of Dwapara Yuga, when Krishna had preached about surrender, already I had explained that many people were reluctant to accept this surrender. And people were following in the Naam ke vaste only, for namesake. They don't know head and tail of the subject. Like for one example, there were animal sacrifices mentioned in other yugas. Ashwamedha Yajna, Gomedha Yajna, and all these things and all. The whole purpose of this sacrifice is, when a sacrifice is performed, at the end, one old animal is offered into the fire, and that soul, whoever is there in that body, is revived by giving it a new body. Nava Yavana Sharira. And he is brought back to say that efficacy of the mantras that are chanted are proper. So when Kali Yuga started, people were simply slaughtering animals and throwing into the fire, without any capacity of reviving them back to life. So seeing the condition of these unfortunate animals and seeing this animal slaughter has become too much, feeling compassionate towards animals, Lord Buddha had appeared. And his prime principle was Ahimsa Paramo Dharma. When people said, is there in the Vedas, Lord Buddha said, I reject Vedas. Then he gave 10-point principle, how to practice spirituality in a basic way, and asking them to come to the point of nirvana. So Vedas are like rules and regulations to the society. If there are no rules and regulations, society will not progress in a long time. So for that purpose, again, Shankaracharya had come, and he started preaching 800, AD, after Christ, AC. AC. So 800 years, means around 1200 years before right now, Shankaracharya had come, and he had preached. When people went to say, no, we are already following Buddha, so Shankaracharya said, whatever Buddha is saying is already there in the Vedas. Then he gave a principle of Brahma Satya Jaganya. So this is again a step-by-step evolution. From there again, after 200 years of Shankaracharya, 250 years of Shankaracharya, Ramanujacharya had come. So Ramanujacharya, when he was there, then he said Vishishtadvaita. First one is Kevala Advaita, then is Vishishtadvaita. So people may say everything is green. From far, I see a green tree with a green bird. But Ramanujacharya said, even though it is green, when you go there, there is independent variation. There is leaf, there is fruit, there is bird, everything and all you can pursue there. So then came Madhvacharya after 100 years of Ramanujacharya, then he started preaching Dvaita principle. That Jiva is different and Lord is different. In quality they are one, but they are all different capacities and like that and all he started mentioning. Dvaita Siddhanta. Okay. So after 300 plus years of Madhvacharya, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had come. And he gave the final conclusion, Achintya Bheda Abheda Tattva. In quality we are one with God, and in quantity we are different from God. Like a drop of water in the ocean. The salt is there in both water of drop and in the ocean. But in one drop how much salt you will get, and in the ocean how much salt you will get. So that is a practical philosophy in which how the acharyas have systematically come and how they had communicated what the preachings are they have done. There was one book in our Sampradaya by Bhakti Vinod Thakur. Navadip, what is that book? Navadip Mandala.
Mahatmya.
Navadip Mahatmya. So in that he has given all the acharyas before they preach. They went to Mayapur, had darshan of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, took instruction from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu what to preach, and they executed their duty. So our acharya is saying in our parampara, we accept that. So in that way, it is a systematic evolution, you say. Nothing comes overnight.
Got it. Amazing, Prabhu. Thank you for explaining it in a very beautiful manner. So, thank you. Before we go ahead with our next question, I just wanted to know if we have any question from the audience. So, if there's any one quick question that we can take, please raise your hand so that we can give you a mic. Prabhu, can you please have a mic here?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. So, I just want to ask that Kalki was to appear at the end of the Kali Yuga, but as we say, the philosophy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is to continue. So, will the good people also get killed at the will the good people also get killed at the end of Kali Yuga?
No, there will be, at the end of Kali Yuga, the people will become so demoniac. In the 12th canto of Bhagavatam, everything is elaborately described about nature of Kali Yuga. So people will become so demoniac, it will be very difficult for existence itself. You will not get food, you will not get milk, you will not get grains. Like if a fruit grows onto a tree, only seed will be there, there will be no pulp to that. There will be no wheat, no sugar, no milk, no existence of Sattva-guna material is available at that time. Practically everything will be gone. So how people will survive? They will survive by eating flesh. They become cannibals. They may have to eat their own children to survive. That will be the situation. So at that time, all these demoniac people, they all will be assembled and they wage a war against Kalki. So Lord will go there, and generally Lord's body is always anointed with sandalwood pulp. There is one sloka by Jayadev Goswami, Chandana Charchita Neela Kalevara Snigdha Vasana Vanamali. So Lord is always decorated with sandalwood paste. So Lord will be swiftly be traveling on his horse. So because of the breeze, the bodily sandalwood paste will start emanating fragrance. And for good people, whoever smells that fragrance, they all become Sattva-guna property. They all become people of Satyuga, next to Satyuga. And people who are demoniac, they will all be killed by the sword of the Lord. In that way, the two transformations happen. How the people of Satyuga will get connected and how people of Kali Yuga are eliminated. So that is the answer what we get in Kalki Purana as well as in Srimad Bhagavatam. This elaboration is given for that purpose.
Got it. Thank you very much, Prabhu. So probably I'll get into a slightly technical question here. We hear that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was really against the Mayavadi philosophy. But then I think here many of us don't really understand what exactly is this Mayavadi philosophy. So can you please explain very briefly what is this philosophy about?
Mayavada means that which is not. Maya means that which is not, illusion. So Shankaracharya had preached this philosophy which is for a temporary time basis. He says Brahma Satya Jagan Mithya. This entire nature is eternal, but this Satya, whatever we are seeing, is illusion. In the sense, what happens now when we start saying I am not this body, I am not this, all these activities and all, you have not this body is correct. But you have been given this body for a temporary purpose. You have to know, you have to accept, and you have to utilize that body, what is given to you. So this Mayavadi philosophers, they do not accept the personality. What is happening is, I have seen so many problems here. I was thinking if I go to the other world, that problems will continue there.
Okay.
So here there are two people, means there is fight. So I think if I go there also, if there are people, if there are forms, means I will start fighting there.
Okay.
My limited perception I am extending to the other side.
Okay.
So in that confusion, what is happening is people are thinking, because there is fight, let me have no form, no existence. There is simply light, I become a speck in that light.
Okay.
This is the understanding. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very much against this philosophy, because that is not the true nature of the jiva. Can you be idle like a rock?
No, not
For 1 minute can you be idle?
Difficult problem.
Can your mind be stable for 1 minute without thinking anything? Even if you try to sleep, there will be dream something. There also you are active. How can you become inactive like a speck in a sunlight? So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, this is not your constitutional position. So for that purpose, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave real philosophy, real understanding. So Mayavadi Bhashya Shunila Hai Shravana, she said. If you hear that Mayavadi philosophy, you are doomed. Okay. Because you say Narayana, I and Narayana are same. I am Narayana, I say. I am God.
Aham Brahmasmi.
Aham Brahmasmi. That's it. That is the cause of our fall down. That's it. We are gone. So one simple thing. If you are Narayana and if you are under the Maya, how can Maya control Narayana? And Maya is under Narayana. If Maya is superior to Narayana, then Maya is great.
Right. Yep.
So like that, there are logical faults in his philosophy.
Got it.
And if you see, even Shankaracharya itself, he may have preached many things, but at his last preaching, Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Modamate. He said, oh Moda, oh foolish people, chant Govinda, chant Govinda, chant Govinda. Nahi nahi rakshati dukran karana. When the most difficult time comes, whatever endeavor you do, that will not help you. Only Govinda's name will help you. And that most difficult time, that is last instruction.
Got it.
I may preach 100. My conclusion is to be accepted.
Yes.
If you are intelligent enough, accept my conclusion. So Shankaracharya gave his conclusion, but his foolish people, they could not understand his conclusion.
Amazing. That's very interesting, Prabhu. So I think my next question is sort of related to the previous question. That many people accuse that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took Diksha under a Mayavadi sannyasi. So can you please explain why this happened?
See, at that time, what is prominent at that time, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was majorly following. The whole idea of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was attract people who have become so much influenced by Mayavada. So if I have to gain your confidence, I should be one among you. Correct?
Okay.
If I am one among you, you may feel, yes, he is like me, and I may feel inspired by him. If you are something different, people will not come and identify with him. Mm-hmm. This is a covered incarnation where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to be one among the Mayavadi, so that they will get connected to him first, and he will preach to them and he will convert to them.
Got it.
And the person Keshava Bharati, whom he took initiation, is a great Vaishnava, who is Sandipani Muni himself in his previous life, who was the initiating spiritual master of Krishna, Guru.
Right.
So who has come there, and through him, so Krishna will accept initiation through his Guru only, no? Right. Like Ramachandra will accept initiation through Vasishtha only. Mm-hmm. So like that.
Amazing. That's really interesting to know, Prabhu. Thank you for that. So if we see great personalities in our history, they are known for their contributions, for the great work for the society. So could you please briefly describe what are the major contributions of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to the society?
The major contribution, if you have to say, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's main purpose is, he is giving the easiest process of how to go back home, back to Godhead.
Okay.
And he is giving the highest valuable thing. Generally, they are known as Chatuk Purushartha, where people endeavor for these things in this life. They are called as Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. Be a spiritual life, Dharma, Artha, earn money. Kama, with that money, use for your sense gratification, do charitable work, many other things. And at the end, when you are vexed up with all this process, think of Moksha. This is a general Chaturvarga. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he came, he gave the highest thing. This is called as Panchama Purushartha. That is love of Godhead. The whole purpose of the human form of life is come to that final position that you have to love God.
Got it.
And when you come to that stage, then you will be superior personality and you will not be able to get carried away by any of these material tendencies. So how to accept this devotion, how to understand who is God, who am I, what is my original constitution position, how am I related with the Lord, how to act in that position, and how to reach that destination. In a simplified process, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had delivered, where people can also stay happy, enjoy, and relish what they are doing.
Got it. Yeah.
So in all Vedic literatures, any Vedic literatures you see, there are three perspectives that are explained. They are known as Sambandha, Abhideya, Prayojana. Mm-hmm. Sambandha is to find our eternal relationship with the Lord. Abhideya is to act in that relationship. Right. Prayojana is to receive the result of acting in that relationship. Oh. How many of you have Bhagavad Gita here? In your book? Okay, open the book.
I guess we have it in
okay,
our
in your
mobiles.
mobiles?
Yeah.
Open in your mobile. 15.16. 15 chapter 16 shloka. The Sambandha, Abhideya, Prayojana. This is part of Vedanta philosophy. So what is there in this Vedanta? Lord Krishna explains there. There are two categories of living entities. Kshara, Akshara. 15.16. Okay. Dvaimo Purusho Loke, Ksharashakshara Evacha, Ksharasarvadi Bhutani, Kutasto Akshara Uchate. There are two categories of living entities which are fallible and infallible. And fallible living entities are in this world, and infallible living entities are in the spiritual world. Okay, go to the next sloka. Uttama Purushastu Anyaha. There is one more Anyaha. Other than these two, there is one more Uttama Purusha. Paramatmeti Udahrutaha. He is known by name Paramatma. Yo Lokatraya Mavishya Bibarti Abhayam Ishvaraha. Even when these three worlds are demolished, destroyed, he will continue to exist. So that is, he is known as Uttama Purushaha. And we are known as Adama Purushaha. This is the Jiva's position, that is Lord's position, who is known as Paramatma. Okay, go to next verse. Yasmat Asmaksharam Atitoham Aksharaadapi Chottamaha Ato Lokoismi Vedechat Pratitaha Purushottamaha. This chapter is known as Purushottama Veda, Purushottama Yoga. The word Purushottama comes here. So in this world I am beyond this Kshara and Akshara, and I am celebrated in the Vedas and in this world as Uttama Purushaha, Purushottamaha. So Jiva is infinitesimal, the Lord is superior. So this is the position. You know, Lord is the master and I am the servant. Now what you have to do when you know the relationship is act in that relationship. The next verse that talks of Abhideya. Yomameva masam modo janati purushottamam. One who is intelligent, who is not moda, janati, knows me, janati purushottamam. I am, because I am the celebrated personality. Sa sarvavid bhavena, with all his heart and with all his emotions. Sarva bhavena bharata, he engages in my devotional service. So this is known as Abhideya. He engages, when you know your position that you are servant, you engage in his devotional service. Next. When you engage in devotional service, what is the result, what you are expecting? The last verse. Iti guhyatamam shastram idam muktva mayanaga. This is the most confidential subject of all Vedic literatures. And I am going to speak to you now. Etad buddhiman buddhiman syad, etad buddhiva buddhiman syad, kutakutchasya. Those who are intelligent, when they engage in the process of their endeavor, they will achieve it perfection what they are endeavoring for. When you are engaging in devotional service for devotion, bhakti, Lord bestows them the devotional service in the form of love of Godhead. So in Bhagavad Gita itself, we find this Sambandha, Abhidaya, Prayojana. And in every scripture, you get all these three topics. And clearly, this is the perspective of all Vedic literatures to come to that final position of love of Godhead. Amazing. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had delivered it very easily. By chanting the holy name, you will come to that stage.
Right. So this love of Godhead has been given to us by Lord Chaitanya Prabhu, to which we are very grateful. So Prabhu, I have this another question where this esoteric philosophy and the sacred mantras, in many of the sampradayas, they're only given to high-class Brahmins, well-qualified people. But then if you see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has gone to all the places and he has spread Harinam and the Hare Krishna Mahamantra to each and everyone, including people from other castes and other religions also, like Muslims. So how do we understand this, Prabhu? Why is it different when we compare it to other sampradayas?
So this is the purpose for which Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had come, to deliver one and everyone. So he had found means and ways how to preach. So there is one shloka in Chaitanya Charitamrita where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is ordering Advaita Acharya. He says, when you go back, Achandalopi Dvijashreshto Haribhakti Pradanaha. From Chandala up to Dvijashreshtaha, you have to preach everyone Haribhaktihi. So this is the order. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to liberate everyone, not only to certain sect of people. See what happened earlier, in other yugas, your birthright is based by qualification. I may be a son of Brahmana. If I am not qualified, then I will not be given a Brahmana post. And this Brahmana, Kshatriya, whatever he said, they are all qualifications. They are not birthrights. In Kali Yuga, what happened? It became a hereditary. So I am qualified or not just by accepting a birth in certain place. I have been recognized. Okay, he is son of a Brahmana, he is Brahmana. He is son of a Vaishya, he is Vaishya. He is son of a Shudra, he is Shudra. But entire Vedic perspective says it goes by qualification, not by birthright. Guna karma vibhagashaha. Right. It's based on guna and their karma. The qualification comes by. So in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's perspective is he wanted to liberate everyone and anyone. So it is not restricted, not restricted to only human beings. See, when he went to forest, Jarikanda, he liberated all the animals also. When he went to Vrindavan, all the trees and plants, everybody got liberated.
Amazing.
So that is the mercy. When Lord comes, he is equal to everyone. He is not discriminative or differentiative. Only to some people I will give, other people I will neglect or something like that. No, he is open for everyone. Because Lord is the father of all living entities.
Yes.
So it is his duty as father to maintain all living entities and to give them good instruction, good direction. So that's why he broke open the Vedic customs and he preached something different.
Wonderful. That's really nice to know, Prabhu. So I think now we really understand the meaning of the event that we have as Parama Karuna, right? As to how or why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has incarnated, and he has given us this love of Godhead for the benefit of everyone. I have learned a lot, Prabhu, in this small interaction that we have, and I really hope the audience here have also learned a lot. So, did we learn something today? Hari Bol! So, I really thank you, Prabhu, for gracing this event and spending your valuable time in spite of your busy schedule. You have decided to grace us here and enlighten us. So, thank you very much, Prabhu.
Okay. I have one small point I just wanted to clarify.
Sure, Prabhu.
Many people, they have this confusion whether Hare Rama is first or Hare Krishna is first. What do you people feel? Which one is first? Because Ramachandra appeared first, then that's why Lord Krishna had appeared later. So we have to understand there are two categories of mantras. One is Upanishad mantras and one is Purana mantras. If you have to chant Upanishad mantras, you have to be qualified enough to chant the Upanishad mantras. This Hare Rama is as per Upanishad mantra. But this Brihan Purana, that starts with Hare Krishna. So in that way, so to make it the holy name of the Lord available to one and everyone, so Hare Krishna has been used as a perspective. And one more thing, if you take Hare Rama or Hare Krishna, one simple perspective, Valmiki, Valmiki was not able to chant which name? Rama. So what he was asked to chant? Mara. So like we are all Valmikis, we are not able to qualify to chant the holy name of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. That's why Lord changed the ulta, Mara. So that Hare Krishna came first and Hare Rama went backside. So that we all transformation happens in all our Valmikis and we all also come to the stage of devotees.
That's very inspiring, Prabhu. Thank you very much, Prabhu. So let us give a big round of applause to His Grace Maha Vishnu Prabhu. Hari Bol. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna, how was the session? So we now have prize distribution, Prabhu. So we would definitely request His Grace Maha Vishnu Prabhu, the Vice President of Hare Krishna Golden Temple, to hand over the prizes to the winners. So, yes. So the team name is Krishna. They have scored 15 points on this. So I would request the team leader of this team to come forward and take the prize. Okay, all members of the team, please, I would request Team Krishna to come here. Evil! Round of applause, guys. So this is Team Krishna for you. I would request to please continue clapping. They deserve a round of applause. Continue with lot of energy. Okay, so the next team is here. The team name is Pradyumna team. They scored 20 points. So I would request everyone from the team Pradyumna to come here and receive the prizes. I think they all deserve a round of applause. So we have the first winners of this game, Gauranga team. They scored total of 50 points. So I would request the team Gauranga to come here. Big round of applause. 50 points for today's games. Bigger, bigger. The first winner of today's event. Thank you, and we also have consolation prizes for the other teams. So we would definitely give you the next. So I would request Team Vrindavan to come here. They scored a total of 5 points today. Yes, but definitely they deserve because they came forward in the top 20, right? So round of applause for Team Vrindavan. And I would request the next team, Team Madhava, to come forward. So, yes. So thank you very much, Prabhu, for extending your valuable time in handing over the gifts to the winners. So I think, yes, how was the session? It was simply superb, right? So big round of applause, a final applause. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Yes.
Just to give normal thanks and Kirtan. Don't ask in front.
Okay, so it's